Great. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are. Always very excited to be here on the Candid Money Talk. I wonder how your day started. Mine started on a very high note with a very engaging audience. We had a forum where we were speaking about money matters. And for me, issues around money are very close to my heart. And I just felt it was a good start of my morning. And here we are on the Candid Money Talk episode 23. I'm Edith Sidondo, your host for the Candid Money Talk. I'm a certified money coach, founder and CEO of Profit Acumen, a money coaching firm. I'm the author of my money journal, a hands-on guide for you and your money. So the topic for today is a bit controversial. Yes? You remember the things I keep referring to being kept in the closet? This is one of them. The things that make money a taboo subject. And the topic is, could you just be going through a financial abuse? Right? Could you just be going through a financial abuse? And maybe let's start by asking ourselves, what is financial abuse? Because we need to know what we are talking about. And financial abuse involves controlling a person's ability. Yes? Controlling a person's ability to acquire, to use, and maintain financial resources. That is financial abuse. And this is very different where you've consented to it. For instance, where you're a couple, a husband and wife, have agreed and have decided and agreed that one of them should stay at home and not go into gainful employment, or income generating activity, to stay at home for certain reasons, for the benefit of the family. Reasons could cut across things like looking after the children, looking after maybe a sick person, taking care of some things in the home. Yeah, there may be varied reasons why a couple are in agreement. And the underlined word here is you've consented. So you're in agreement, to not get into gainful work. So what we are talking about here is where someone else controls that process. The process for you to acquire, to use, and maintain. So those who are victimized, actually that person turns you into a victim. Yeah, the person is an abuser, you're the victim. So those who are victimized financially may be prevented from working, or they also have their own money. You may have your own money. The fact that you're not working does not necessarily mean you don't have money. Yeah, you may have money, maybe you've inherited from your parents. You can get money from different places. Not necessarily do you have to work. So that money that is yours, the one you own, is restricted or stolen by the abuser. And really, do you find that the victim have complete access to money or other resources? And here we are not talking about children. We are talking about adults who are put in this situation. And when you find that the victim has money, they often have to account for every penny they spend. So there is no breathing here. When you have to more or less go down to the details. Where did each coin go? When ideally the idea here is to disempower you completely. Sometimes an abuser may use manipulative tactics. Yeah. So when we talk of financial abuse, the forms may vary. The abuser may use these subtle tactics, like manipulating you, while others may be more open with it. Yeah? They may use very overt, aggressive, demanding, and intimidating means to put you in this situation. In the end, both the person who manipulates and that one who uses aggression, the goal is the same. The goal is always the same: to gain power and control in this arrangement you have, in this relationship. Yeah. So the relationship does not necessarily have to be husband and wife. The relationship can be a friendship. There are people who their friends can put them in this situation. Yeah. There are people who their relatives, a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, can put you in this situation. Or even an employer. Even an employer. They may not do the full circle of the financial abuse, but they can either stop you from acquiring, from using, or maintaining financial resources. So the thing is, financial abuse is one of the most powerful method of making one be trapped. And you know why? Because money is a core survival issue. Yeah? Money affects every aspect of our lives. So it is something that when you withhold from somebody, you withhold them from acquiring it. When they have it, you withhold them from using it or maintaining it. When you do that, the person is at ransom. The person is literally at ransom. So, and apparently this form of abuse is not commonly understood. And we give excuses for it. Many people who go through it have a way to excuse for it why I should be treated this way. Yeah? And here I want to speak to women. Women in particular are a good number, are more susceptible to this form of abuse, financial abuse. And what happens? You see it, but you keep excusing for it. Yeah. And the thing is, anything that, even when water is passing through a rock, the rock can only over time form a hole. Yeah. The more it's left there, the worse it becomes. And why is it that people would hold on to this situation? Is because of fear, because you're a victim. You've now found yourself to be a victim. And here you're a victim on something that is very core to your survival. And often you find sometimes children are involved, in the sense that you just don't look at yourself. the insecurity, financial insecurity for self, you have to look at it also for your children. So what happens? It makes you stay in that situation. So financial abuse can vary. The forms, it can take different forms, like I said. Since there isn't one way to handle money in a relationship. Remember, money is something that was not taught to majority of people. I was not taught about money. Nobody spoke to me about money. I remember conversations with my mom about money was when I was running her kiosk. After I had finished high school, and instead of just waiting to go to university, she had a kiosk and I was running it. And that meant every day, twice a day, we would discuss about money in that context, but not in the context of managing my own money. And it explains why money first is the last taboo subject. And secondly, even when it gets difficult to identify and to know that I'm being abused financially. All right, so it can take different tactics, especially where there is manipulation, because manipulation is wide. It can take many forms. So it's difficult sometimes for somebody to know I'm a victim. And also the abusive partner may argue that this is just how we do things here, yeah? Or this is how we are running this relationship. And you find also when relationships start, even courting, when people are courting, people don't talk about money. People will talk about where they want to live. They'll talk about maybe other things, maybe children, but how we manage money in this relationship, hardly is it talked about. So it's just, it shocks people when you're already in the relationship, when you're already in it, and then the abuser maybe tells you, this is how we are going to do things. You either take it or leave it, yeah? So you're left to deal with it. And I would advise those people who are still young, who are still courting, who are still beginning their homes, one key thing to speak about is how you will handle money in the relationship. Okay, so what are some of the signs to show you, to indicate there is either potential financial abuse or it exists in itself? For instance, maybe you're given allowances or budgets without your input, yet you are equally a key person in that relationship. So you are supposed to give an input. Sometimes even maybe you are the one earning the money, but you have no say on how it's being spent. Or requiring that you account for even the minutest of spend, yeah? So you're not even allowed to tip, yeah, to give a tip. You have to account for every single shilling. Or pressures that you quit your job or you quit your income earning activity, yeah, out of just pressure without your consent, yeah? Or that feeling of entitlement. And this, I must say, in our African context, the percentage of the working population, it is much lower than the dependence on the finances of the working population. So what happens? Often if you are not careful on how you've structured your giving, you will come across people who feel entitled to your money. Yeah, they feel entitled to it, even the way they ask. Yeah, the way they ask for it and the guilt that they put you through if you are not going to produce the money. Yeah, you are almost being sent to be an outcast of the village because, or of the community, because you cannot produce the money. Yeah, and another way is spending your money without your knowledge and not even bothering to explain. It is your work to go and discover that your money has been spent. Maybe you've given them access to your bank account, or maybe you have a common, nowadays bank have that arrangement where an account can have different debit cards or credit cards, that kind of arrangement. So somebody spends and spends without your knowledge. And it's up upon you to go find out. And when you ask, you're not supposed to ask. That is financial abuse. Yeah? So limits your ability. And the list goes on. The list goes on. There are many areas. Limits access to your own bank account or a joint bank account. Or maybe the arrangement is that you're the one working. They're supposed to take care of other things in the home. And they don't do anything. They literally wake up to sit up and do nothing. There is an article that appeared in the newspaper some time back of this man, 50-year-old man. This man was living in his mother's house at 50. The mother was 80. The mother cooks for him, and he even said he loves chips, and the mother does everything. He wakes up to sit on the couch and demand. And he could even write there in the newspaper. He was quoted saying how he's lucky to have this mom, this special mother who, whatever he needs, he's given, including money. That is abusing your own mother financially. That is financial abuse on your mother, because you demand things from her at 80 and you're seated there doing nothing. You're 50 years. So when we think of financial abuse, sometimes our minds get stuck just to couples only. But these things, we can even do it to our own parents, right? Okay, so this topic is very wide, and I've broken it down into different sessions. And today is session 1. In our next episode, episode 24, we will tackle session 2 of financial abuse. Also, why am I keen to tackle this? Because I'm hearing it a lot in my environment, and often when people come with this, nobody wants it to be known. Yet there's a lot of pain that comes with this. Yeah, a lot of pain in the person. And some of these people are educated. They have abilities. Yeah. So let's be present. Let's be present to this. And if we are the ones doing it, let's stop it. It's inhuman to treat people this way. So I hope you found this of value. I hope you found this of value. This is a very difficult topic sometimes to bring up, but where else can we bring it if not in the Candid Money Talk? Because here we speak things as they are. And the last part of this session, I'd like to share with you something very exciting. You know, on 3rd of December, we are all looking forward to this evening, yeah, in the Money Coaching Hub. The Money Coaching Hub is a collaborative learning space. In this space, we have professionals and people in business who are very intentional to transform their money dynamics. And because of what we have this month, we've opened it up to the public to join us on the 3rd of December, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. East African time. And what's happening? We have Fanny Snake. Fanny is one of the most sought after money coaches in the UK. And Fanny will be speaking to us about making friends with your finances. By the way, do you know one key sabotage to winning with your money is when you don't make friends with it. When you don't make friends with it, you keep knocking a brick wall. So I encourage you to book for this session. Book for this session. It's only 2,000 Kenya shillings. And 2,000 Kenya shillings is money you just find you spend and you'll not be able to even account for it. But what you live with on this 3rd of December, you'll carry it with you. Now that we are going into a new year, you'll have clarity on what to do as regards your money so that we can all get to elevate our financial well-being. And that's what we are all about here. And I encourage you to equally remember to click the link on this video and get your ebook, a simple start guide to elevate your own financial well-being. I look forward to connect with you in the next episode. Bye.